we're down to our next contestant, and I'm so excited to introduce you to Andy Morris. Andy Morris is a candidate for Texas Senate District 10. He's running against Republican incumbent Phil Keene. Welcome, Andy. I'm so glad you're here. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're running for office?
Absolutely. Thank you, Nancy. Well, my name is Andy Morris, as she said. I am a father, a husband, and I'm an immigration lawyer. So you can imagine these are very interesting times from my perspective. To tell you a little bit about myself, I was raised in a Southern Baptist minister's household, raised a conservative. I grew up Republican, and I lived the majority of my life that way until around 2015, when a man named Donald Trump came along and came down a golden escalator and demonized immigrants and anyone who didn't fit his idea of what an American is. I found myself questioning what I believed, and soon enough, I discovered the bankruptcy of most of the things that the Republican Party really stood for. Once those blinders were removed, I started looking at what the other side had to say about a number of issues, and I discovered that really, Democrats really are the party of good governance. They are the party of love and caring for other people. And as a Christian, that's what matters. That's the number one commandment in the entire Bible is love God and love others as much as yourself. So why am I running? I'm not a wealthy man. I'm not a famous man. Phil Keene has been in the legislature for over 20 years. Am I crazy? Yes, a little bit. But I think the urgency of our time demands it. The Texas Senate is perhaps the most extremist state legislative body in the entire nation. But we are close, my friends. We are just a few seats away from flipping the Texas Senate. This body is a rubber stamp body for Governor Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. And it is the body that is sending us school voucher bills, bathroom bills. They are the ones who are driving Texas to the extreme. We must flip the Senate. If there is no Senate flip, then I believe that we're in real trouble. I fear. I'm married to a Korean. She's an American now, so it's Korean American. We have one daughter. I fear for my daughter's future if we can't turn it around now. My daughter's rights as a woman are already being systematically stripped away. My daughter's health in a dangerous climate future. My daughter's social place when our Texas government more and more seeks to discriminate against those who are different. And my daughter's life, every time I drop her off at school, I wonder, is this the day that some person with an assault weapon and body armor comes in and does the unthinkable? We must stand up. We must do something. It's gotten too far. That's why I'm running. I'm running for the future of my family and for yours.
Well, I know there's many of us here that can relate to that. I mean, after all, I did put together an organization called Mothers Against Greg Abbott because I too was very concerned about the future of my family. So I can relate to a lot of things you're saying. So thank you so much for that. Can you tell us a little bit about what are the top 3 most important issues for your district?
Yes, first, I believe that public schools are the number one issue for this district. This district is a mix of urban Fort Worth and a huge swath of rural Texas running out almost all the way to Abilene in the west. Many of these counties, the public school is the only school they have. And the attacks on the public school system by the Texas Senate and Governor Abbott, as James so rightly pointed out, are an attack on all of us. They're an attack on these pillars of our Texas society, and it really is an issue of the rich and wealthy trying to take away this treasure of a public education system. So I want to fight for our public schools. And if we can change the Senate, we can take away the very body that is passing every single thing that Greg Abbott and Dan Patrick want. Second, gun violence in Texas. I think it is beyond horrendous that in the face of disaster after disaster, what does the Texas legislature do? They don't pass legislation to protect our citizens. No, they make it even easier. What is constitutional carry? Well, that came not too long after a previous mass shooting. And what have they done after Uvalde? Almost nothing of consequence. Finally, women's health. We have to fight back against the assault on women's health. These are my top 3 priorities, and they're very important for this district.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Those are great priorities, and I hope that people in your district listen to you and listen to what you have to say, because you're very reasonable. So thank you so much for that. Now, where can we find you, and how best can we support you right now while you're running for office?
Well, you can find me at andy4texas.com. That's the number 4, andy4texas.com. From there, you can find a link to all the social media for the campaign. And if you want to help, I can tell you that this is a red gerrymandered district, but we know that we can win. We need your support. And that can be in the smallest amounts of contributions, if that's all you can give. But we need everything we can get. And if you live up here in the Fort Worth and west of Fort Worth area, we would love to have you be part of the volunteer work for the campaign. You can sign up on the website, and there's a link to donate on the website. That is our hub, and I encourage you, andy4texas.com. Thank you, Nancy.
Well, thank you so much, Andy, and I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail. Thank you for spending the evening with us.
Thank you.